ब्रह्मनादम् विष्णुनादम् नादरूपम् महेश्वरः नादानन्द परब्रह्म तन्नाद मुपास्महे ब्रह्मस्वरूपा नादस्वरूपा
Andhra Pradesh, buses specially laid on for a birthday party in a village. It is the birthday of the Lord. Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba was born here in Puttaparthi on the 23rd of November 1926.
Bhajo re bhajo sada Sathya Sai Deva.
They come from everywhere, from all over India and from all over the world. The Lord once remarked to a devotee that if she really wanted to see him, she should look for him in the eyes of the crowds who wait for him, long for him. All these people, some say more than 250,000, are here to see the Lord and to celebrate his 50th birthday with him.
To have a darshan of Sai Baba. Sai Baba is here in Puttaparthi. Of course, he is commanding the popularity of millions of people. He has a mighty will. He can move the people towards goodness.
No, I am a devotee. I wanted to see this 50th birthday. That only. So many miracles we have seen. You know, we can't say anything about God, but He is this love and this karuna is what we say. We can't say kindness or something, but love and karuna, that thing for human beings is so much.
Because we know He is a God on earth. He is born here as God. It's by my experience I have understood. I got a telegram from my native place that she has been dangerously ill. Then I thought for a while whether to come here or go to my native place. I was at Coimbatore. My daughter was at Kadalur, 300 miles away. See, I thought all of my friends said, you go home and see your daughter first. Then something struck me. All right, you are going to God. He will protect your daughter. That's why I straight away came here without even caring for my daughter and stayed here for 10 days for the Dasara festival. See, after my return home, she has been discharged from the hospital and the DM was not able to find out the disease which she was suffering from. That the district medical officer. So everybody, they were amused. They were just, they did not know the reason. So the DM himself, he turned himself to be a Baba devotee.
Why have you come here? For the drama.
All await him, and he arrives in splendid 20th century style.
Sathya Sai Deva. Bhajo re bhajo Sathya Sai Deva. Sathya Sai Deva.
But his message is the same through the centuries, the same as when time had not begun. Satyam is my prachar, Dharma is my achar, Shanti is my svabhava, Prem is my swarup. Follow any of the four, you are mine and I am yours. When the sun is over your head, there is no shadow. So too, when faith is steady in your head, it does not cast the shadow of doubt. The Lord has often said in many graceful ways that all religions are one. Whatever name you give your God, whatever you call your faith, it is all the same to him. He neither deplores nor prefers one name of God more than another, one religion more than another. All the names of God are his. All the ways to God lead to him.
That in this country, from time immemorial, many major religions of the world have coexisted and they all lived very well and there were no religious wars at all. This we should have used, and this is a feature which I am glad you have noticed. I think it is very strongly present in all the Indian minds. Several people told me that he has superhuman divine qualities. But it took me quite a lot of personal struggle and introspection before I could realize that he has divine qualities.
I was given this bead by a young lad who came from the United States. He studied Hatha Yoga in India, and when he came back to the United States, he came to Hawaii, and we met him, and he brought me this bead. He said in India it's considered an auspicious bead, and of course I wanted everything auspicious I can get my hands on. So anyhow, I took it and put it around my neck, and I had another little gold thing about the size of your watch around my neck also, and because of them both being there rubbing against each other, and it caused some well, kind of a large little broken piece to come off right in the corner of it. So that really upset me, because back in those days I used to get upset about everything. I could really get upset, and I was really good at it. And I really wanted this, I wanted a perfect auspicious bead. I didn't want any broken auspicious bead. So I took it off from around my neck, and I used to carry it around in my pocket, and I used to always hold it, and I used to hold it up, and I would look at it. And I would look at that cracked part and kind of grumble. But finally I started looking at it and noticing how through the cracked part also there's a natural little ridge in it that I kind of line it up like a gun sight. And I used to sit there and I would look at it a lot. Living in Hawaii, I went to California for maybe 3 or 4 days. And while I was in California, the bead disappeared. And I couldn't find it. And of course it upset me, and well, then I just realized, what the heck, I've lost it, I can't do anything about it. So I just forgot about it. We came finally to see Sai Baba. I was so overwhelmed by the sight of him, because he is certainly very, very impressive, as you know. So while we were there, he gave us an interview, and I asked Baba, would he please help me with this monkey mind that's always running around, jumping on all kinds of things that where it shouldn't be. And he says, yes, yes, that's my duty. And as you have seen him many times, he just goes like this. And he materialized this bead. And then he gave it to me, and I looked at it, and I mean, I just had a feeling. I wonder, you know, if he was going to give me any Rudraksha bead, he can give me any Rudraksha in the world. And I just had this feeling, and I picked it up and I looked at it like I so many times had looked at it before, and sure enough, there is the little broken piece, there is the little ridge that I used to line up like a gun sight. And I looked at that thing and I thought, my God, that is the same one that he gave me The same one that this other lad had given me, this man that was teaching Hatha Yoga. I said, is that the bead that I lost? And he turned to everyone in the room, and he laughed and he says, yes, that's the one he lost in California.
In my humble opinion, Swami is no other than the omnipresent divine principle, incarnate in human form. So when I come here, I come to get the darshan of the personal God, the God in human form. And I come not just to get that darshan, to see him, but to also hear his words of wisdom and to modify my life in accordance with those words of wisdom. Darshan is interpreted usually as you seeing the Lord or seeing the individual that represents the Lord. It could be any person representing the Lord. For example, the Shankaracharya, one of the Shankaramats. But you getting the sight of that person, having the form in your eyes, and that person perhaps also seeing you. In terms of the, I suppose you could call it the lowest order of miracle, that is the one that Swami seems to think least important, is the production of objects. This particular ring, he had given me another ring with a large picture, plain gold ring. I broke the enamel on the ring. And so one day Swami took the ring off from me and put it between thumb and forefinger like that and gave one puff. And the old ring was gone, and this ring was here. Now, I've seen many, many things such as that produced. So I've seen productions all the way from changing a piece of rock into candy to the production of objects like this, which are no different than those things manufactured in ordinary commerce. That is, they last forever, just like things are in ordinary commerce. There's no difference. It's not something magic that disappears in a few days. It's just the same sort of thing that you find in a jewelry store. Baba says that they are simply his calling cards. He says that they are natural to him. They're part of his divinity. It's not that he has acquired certain powers as yogis do and then exhibits those powers. These things, all of nature is at his command. The moment he thinks of a thing, it's done. It's accomplished. No time lost. And so he says that I give my devotees that which they want, so that they then will listen to that which I wish to give them, which is that they should develop the quality of love in their heart and love every person, because that person is God. Every person is God.
He has taught us that prema, true love, should be considered the very breath of life. The love that is manifest equally in all things, that is the love that is Paramatma. Have undiminished and unchanging kindness towards all beings. Have also the spirit of self-sacrifice. And he has taught us to be unafraid. He says, why fear when I am here? Many devotees have experience of the constant presence in their lives, however mundane, of this most compassionate of incarnations.
But Swami did find a dry riverbed for the Shivratri ceremony. We came back at dusk, and walking down the bank from the road to the riverbed, we passed, I happened to be beside Swami, and we passed a bush, and he broke off a small twig and put it in the form of a cross like that, and said, well, what's that, Hislop? So I said, well, a cross, Swami. So then he put the twigs in his hand and gave sort of 3 long breaths, opened his hand, and there was a cross with Christ crucified, the figure of Christ on the cross. And he said, this is as Christ really and truly was on the cross, not as artists and historians have pictured him. He had been without food for a number of days, his stomach is all pulled in, and so on. And he said, furthermore, the wood on this cross is from the original cross on which Christ was crucified. Then he smiled and said, you know, to find a piece of that wood after 2,000 years took a little work. So I presume that's why he took 3 long breaths instead of 1 single breath. For the West, his message certainly has to be the same as for all humanity. And that message is that God is the architect and the creator of the whole universe. God is immanent in the heart of every person, that only God exists, and that the entire creation emanates from God. And the idea that there are separate entities, separate people, self-willed individuals and so on is quite false. And that as long as we are involved in ignorance of that fundamental fact, we're going to get mixed up with all sorts of phenomena in the worldly sense. We're going to get, our desires are going to carry us into grasping various things, ideas and relationships and so on. We're going to suffer pleasure and pain, and that suffering which comes from ignorance. The ignorance that God alone exists, that God is in our heart, and that essentially man is divine.
कबीरा जब हम पैदा हुए जग हंसे हम रोए ऐसी करनी कर चलो हम हंसे जग रोए.
He has come to say, I have not come to start a new religion. I haven't come to alter any religion. I haven't come to gather devotees. I have come to reestablish the rhythm of righteousness in the world. And he says it does not matter the name or form in which you are attracted to and prefer to worship, whether it's Christ or Krishna or Buddha or Muhammad. The name and the form, he says, is not important. The important thing is the heart. There being only one religion, and that being the religion of love. I know that he's with me all the time, and I believe him when he says that you will reap what you sow. And I don't want to reap any of I don't want the consequences of the acts that I used to be involved in all the time.
झीनी रे झीनी के राम नाम रस भीनी चदरिया झीनी रे झीनी अष्ट कमल का चरखा बनाया 5 तत्व की पूनी अष्ट कमल का चरखा बनाया 5 तत्व की पूनी 9-10 मास बुनन को लागे 9-10 मास बुनन को लागे मूरख मैली कीनी चदरिया झीनी रे झीनी हे राम नाम रस भीनी चदरिया झीनी रे झीनी जब मोरी चादर बन घर आई रंग रेज को दीनी चदरिया रंग रेज को दीनी ऐसा रंग रंगा रंग रेने ऐसा रंग रंगा रंग रेने लालो लाल कर दीनी चदरिया झीनी रे झीनी पर ओढ़ शंका मत करियो, 2 दिन तुमको दीनी चढ़िया, 2 दिन तुमको दीनी। मूर्ख लोग भेद नहीं जाने, मूर्ख लोग भेद नहीं जाने, दिन दिन मैली कीनी चदरिया, झीनी रे झीनी।
भगवान श्री साई बाबा जी की जय।
His blessings are for all, sinner and saint alike. He makes no distinctions of caste, creed or culture. And like his message, his blessing is universal and timeless. His message, today as always, overflows with wisdom and love. Om Sai Ram.
విద్యవల్లను వినయము, వినయమునను కలుగు పాత్రత, పాత్రత వలన ధనము, ధనము వలను ధర్మంబు, దాని వలన ఐహికాముష్మికంబులు నందు నరుడు. బాల వికాస్ యొక్క చిత్తములు ఒక లత వంటివి.
Children's minds are like creepers which will go around a tree. It's only when the elders can make these creepers go around the tree properly that we will have prosperity and that we will have a proper decoration for the country. The Father protects you. The Father thinks of your future, thinks of your welfare. He's always minding your welfare, your growth and your prosperity. Such Father who protects you should also be borne in mind, and you should show the necessary affection and regard to the Father. Education is such that it will teach you how you should conduct yourself in the middle of the society of which you are a part. Whatever kind of seed you put into the ground, the tree that sprouts out of it will correspond to the seed that you put in. So also the kind of food that you have taken will determine the nature of the belching when you digest the food. Boys and girls, in your life you should pay great attention to certain things which you may call the 4 F's. The first F is follow the master.
రెండవ F, face the devil. మూడవ F, fight to the end. ఇంక నాలుగో F, finish the game.
The 4 F's, follow the master, face the devil, fight to the end, finish the game. These 4 F's, you should establish them as the 4 pillars on which your life will be supported.
प्रेम मुदित मनस को राम 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 श्री राम राम राम